You know, a great basketball game, you know, for the city of Richmond, for the area. You know, it should be a tight, contested game, you know, and that's more of what I expected than obviously a 20-point lead at halftime. But the response of our guys, when things got tight, they didn't blink, and they've shown that all year. You know, since the second game of the year, Utah State, we go down, come back, and they just continue to show that. I'd like for them to be front runners and kind of run it from the front sometimes, but you know that's not how it works. And you know, I told them these victories this time of year get harder and harder and harder. And you know, the biggest key is to come out and get the win, and we did that tonight. And they saved me big time because I told them yesterday I got nothing. Like Valentine's Day, I got nothing, and for my wife. But her college number, her favorite number is 11. I told them, I said, if we can get number 11 on Valentine's Day, you will save me big time. So I think the locks are still the same on the house. So hopefully it'll be good.
Phil, what did you draw up? What did you see on the Terrence 3 with a couple minutes to play? I think he said he almost spilled your sauce there on that one. What did you draw up?
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
No, he said he didn't want to spill.
He didn't want to spill his sauce. Okay.
It's just something with the way they kind of switched some things. It was something, you know, we actually had it in our pocket for the first game and never used it. And there were a couple times I was kind of itching to draw it up in some of those timeouts. You know, and didn't until late there. You know, but a great cut by Nick and a great read by Brandon. You know, left him wide open, and then they make the shot. I mean, that's, you know, coaches get too much credit for drawing up plays and things like that. Like guys make you know, they got to make the shot. You know, and credit to Terrence for making the shot, Brandon making the pass, Nick making the cut. Like it all has to work together, and they did that.
Obviously, Terrence got moved into the starting lineup, and like you see him like shooting threes and like getting hyped up. I like see him like clapping at your bench and stuff. What kind of energy does he bring to your team?
Yeah, I mean, they all do, right? Like they have a fierceness about them, a competitiveness about them, you know, up and down the line that you know, they bring the right effort and they bring that energy. You know, so it's not just him. You know, there's a bunch of them that do that, but he certainly does. You know, he gets fired up, and I mean, he makes some of those threes, and you know, it goes as 3 on the scoreboard, but it feels like 4 or 5 sometimes. You know, with some of those threes, you know, the deep range and you know, the timeliness of those threes.
What went into the decision to give him his second start of the year tonight?
Brandon was 4 minutes late for shoot-around. He was in the building, he left. The problem is these game times all change, so he left, lost track of time, and you know, we were already 4 minutes into partner shooting, which starts our shoot-around, so that was it.
Thank you.
It's my fault because I was at St. Chris last night, and I told everybody at St. Chris, I said, Brandon Jennings is the most reliable human being I've ever been in. But you know, nothing more than that.
You jinxed him.
I jinxed him. I'll take the blame for sure.
You've spoken about the collective